All right, so after a quick break in Coliseum, it's now time to get a little spooky.
So much spooky.
Also, I do like that Lucky Toad is still hanging out, is still strolling.
I just noticed the train. I always notice when I ever played this game, like the train is like completely different.
Well, the train just changes its style based on where you're at. In the case of this, it's now a spooky train.
All aboard the spooky train!
Also, that Tama's little gems are glowing.
Is it because of where they're at?
No, I think it's just because it's nighttime-ish. Oh. And you get a nice little weird jump scare from Cactar Conductor.
Thanks, conductor.
I love Cactar Conductor.
I loved them until the mini games went on.
Yeah.
Now you can suck at that.
Yeah. Well, again, that. Honestly, we're not terribly far away from those mini games, but still. Gosh, the weird editing to this.
Yeah, I noticed that that's part of the game, but it's still like, what the?
He's got a point there. Cactars have always been a pain in the ass.
It's just showing it visually to those who don't know Final Fantasy, and I think that's kind of funny.
Well, no, the point of this game is you're supposed to know Final Fantasy.
That's true.
Nice.
Ow! Owie, I hate that thing. Oh. Ah, the anime trope.
Hal, you have an editing software now. You could have put in the JoJo's Go 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 Go.
I could have. When I record it was
Ah, gotcha. I'm about to say.
but I think I start using Vegas Pro in about part 28-ish.
Alright.
Yeah, that would make sense, because if you've already edited like a whole bunch already,
Well, no,
like with your older software.
Well, no, I got him Sony Vegas Pro like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I got that too.
During the Humble Bundle.
You gotta love Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
And I think at the time of this recording, the sale unfortunately is already over.
That sale ended 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I bought it at like the tail end, and then I tossed him. I purchased. Don't worry, don't worry. Hal gave me a Fenrir.
I gave him a pen.
What is it, like a stuffed Fenrir?
No. He got me the Fenrir motorcycle in 14.
Oh, you flipper!
Yep, and it's got the chase music from FF7.
Dude, I'm wondering if I should ask that for my birthday.
It is. Oh, off-screen mirage. Oh, okay. You're just like, Is it literally you're just getting a whole bunch of mirages that you haven't caught yet? Ooh, a catch sheet.
Yeah.
I like the Egyptian
And
theme
I've
on
given
these.
you the name. I've given you the names of them while at it.
Colossus. Oh, these are all Are these all Mercrifts?
Probably.
Some of them are Marklift, some of them are ones that are caught in the wild.
Gotcha.
Off screen.
Oh, cool. The Mist Dragon.
I love the Mist Dragon. I especially love the,
I caught a Mist Dragon.
Dude, I don't even think I've caught one yet.
I never caught one.
And now you have a baby berry hanging out with you, or red bonnet berry, excuse me.
That's Jack. Jack got really kind of OP off screen.
With all the grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're finding mirages, trying to get like mirages you've never caught, I think it's safe to say that you grind pretty well.
Well, I'm usually I only catch what's in my way. I don't go out of my way to catch specific mirages. Unless you're a black knack, then I'm going to catch you.
Now, I love this area for the specific reason that all the statues in the area are book monsters from various Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
A panda's there from 5 and 14. The devil thing from 9's there.
Oh, the devil thing. What is it?
Yeah.
I can never remember its name, but it's here.
Yeah, this is just a nice little spooky town, just full of vampires.
Oh, vampires. The trope of it all.
Yeah, so there's actually a really interesting type of vampire mirage that you can catch. It is a large vampire called the Vampire Lord. You can find him in the Colosseum. But that boss is kind of a pain in the ass because it has this ability, Evade Encounter, which is a really, really abusable ability. Oh, look who's here to help us with this vampire problem.
Why, hello! Poster boy for Final Fantasy VII?
Richter Belmont?
No. Cloud.
Yeah, I know. Poster boy. I mean, yeah, he's kind of, the main protagonist. He kind of has to be the poster boy. It's not like they're.
The other character who shows up in this is slightly more unexpected.
Yeah.
But we'll see her in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. It's cool to have Cloud just hanging out helping us fight vampires. Also, by the way, this town is showing us chibi versions of vampires drinking blood from dead people.
Oh.
So yeah, it's kind of like earlier in the game when we saw a chibi version of a full-scale war. I see you are using the Phoenix. And also that Rain is still Lon is still Furion.
He is still Furion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Prism Tunity. Nice.
Yeah, the Prism Tunity is just cast darkness on them.
And Rookery Jack has Petty Grudge, which is
Yeah. Also, the big thing is that basically all vampires are not immune, but completely resistant to where darkness damage only deals 0 damage. But yeah, there's vampires and werebats. Werebats are piss easy. If you struggle, I don't think you should ever have to struggle with werebats. It's vampires.
You should never struggle with this game.
Mm-hmm.
Not unless you're me being dumb.
Vampires have the ability of Poison Claw and Drain, which Poison Claw is just really good just because debuffs, while underutilized in this game, debuffs can be really, really good. At least Poison. At the very least, Poison's really good. And then just the fact that they have Poison Claw, and I think they have a counter. We won't know because Hal just got the best Prism Tunity for the vampire.
Darn! And he missed.
And still missed.
I know, it can be swanky.
Mm-hmm. Also, and also they have the ability Absorb Mag, which just Absorb Mag. I actually don't remember what that ability. I don't think I've ever actually used it.
I don't think I've even used it because I've never even caught one.
It's just a debuff, but I think it. Also, they just have the ability Counter, which Vampire Lords have the ability Evade and Counter, which is if you have a high chance of dodging the attack, and when you do, you counter with a hit. Really fantastic ability. Just only a handful of Mirages actually know it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you are close with these captures.
I am.
Nice.
Now you have.
I was really having trouble with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But never have a vampire.
And there's evading counter. Okay, so they also know evade encounter. Basically, try your hardest to not use physical attacks against vampires because of evade encounter. And of course, Hal just says, "Fuck it, I'm using Ultima 1." Hal just says, "Fuck it, let's just inflict. Let's just say screw the."
I got a rare champion, Joe. I might as well use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't deny that.
He's basically pulling the classic SMT rule of screw the rules, I have almighty magic.
What are you naming this vampire? Because I'm interested.
I think it's quite obvious what I'm naming.
Vlad.
That makes...
Blah!
Vlad. That's like, yeah, it's just the usual name of vampires. Oh, Keldeo. Oh, you're gonna get rid of Keldeo? Oh, hold on, let's find out.
I
get
a bit.
Oh, you leave Vinny with him. Alright.
Yeah, Vinny kinda outlived its usefulness.
Yeah, honestly, XL Mirages just aren't that good, honestly, until you get to a very specific point in the game. That again, I will keep to myself.
If that's the case, then come with me.
And that's the only fight in this episode, gang. The rest is cutscenes.
Yep. Welcome to
Wow.
Toontown.
Did you just say Toontown?
Tomb Town.
Oh, like a tomb.
No, like a book, a tome.
So, who are they?
Oh, hey, Celis.
Or Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah. So nice little another Final Fantasy VI character.
Prophecy.
One of two. Nope.
On what's
2 or 3.
3.
3. Okay. No, yeah, 3 because Edgar. Yeah. I forget there is a third. We will be seeing that third one relatively soon.
Yeah.
In a good while, actually, I think.
Yeah.
But by the time he arrived, the vampires were already running amok.
And then also in this part, I believe we get to meet a Final Fantasy staple character.
I'm a hired sword. And my
Yes,
mentor
yes, we
is
do.
We get to meet a very important staple
So
character.
rarely do I find myself stepping
That's true.
outside. And it's
Well,
always
this one
been
is honestly this character's iteration, and this one is definitely the strangest of all the series.
Where's...
Oh, he was over there reading.
Kinda is actually. I don't think there's a stranger one.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
here?
we'll see in just a minute. Yep, Sid.
Sid? If you don't answer me, I am going
I
to
remember
burn
looking
all
at the
these
scene, and it's like, oh, we're gonna finally get a Sid? Oh,
Hey, Sid.
Sid looks like a toaster.
Sid's a robot. It's weird, but yeah, our Sid for this game is a robot.
hmm It makes sense though, because I think Sid was first introduced in what, Final Fantasy 1?
No, Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah, so every Final Fantasy since has had a Sid at least.
Yeah, but the way you were
Yeah,
trying. What's up?
Every Final Fantasy had this.
And it's
Yep.
my job to calm him down.
It's just that this is the only one where he's a robot,
More broken down than
Yep.
an old clunky robot at that.
Yes, well.
Right. It makes sense though, because Sid in most Final Fantasies was an older gentleman who knew how to work stuff.
Except in 8.
Where were we?
And
Oh no, he was an older gentleman in 8 as well.
yeah, but he was a school headmaster,
just
not
did-
an engineer.
You're like a book freak.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He was. No, he was an.
Was he an engineer?
Keep reading forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think Blanton was able?
That's true.
As I
True.
understand it.
But yeah, every single one he's yeah, but yeah, it's if he's not a human, then he's a gnome because no, he's a dwarf in 4. But yeah, Final Fantasy 3 was the first to have a Cid. Honestly,
What was
the,
Cid
Was
in
it
three?
I could have sworn there was a.
there may have been a Cid in 2. I don't remember, honestly. Cid in 3 was just a gnome that was like a gnome dwarf guy you picked up in your party for like a short amount of time. It's kind of the big thing about Final Fantasy 3 was you had a lot of guest characters. Same with 2 on 2 as well. Except again, sadly, we don't get a lot of 2 representation in this in World of Final Fantasy.
I think it's because not many people liked 2.
Not many people liked 8, yet we still got Leon and Quistis.
But Rain, vocabulary's not a verb.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay, she made no sense there.
I see now you're comedians.
But yeah, so yeah, this version of Cid is just the keeper of Toontown,
Important things to discuss.
Yeah.
and he's just a really, really smart robot.
Okay, let's get right down to it. Those people back there with the fangs, what is the deal with them?
Wow. Right down to business. Vampires. They used to be people like us. Until a vampire bite turned them.
No, have there been vampires in Final Fantasy?
Don't tell
Yeah.
me that people can turn into mirages.
What?
And they can't go back to the way they were?
I'm trying to remember specifically, but there are.
Since the beginning of. I think there's been vampires.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
In fact, one of the bosses of Final Fantasy 1 was a vampire lord.
Well, dang.
So then,
But yeah, we've had vampires multiple times in Final Fantasy. If not in the fact of enemies themselves, they also were just they use the ability Drain, which is like you just drain the HP out of someone.
Ah. The only reason I'm asking is because this was the first time in any Final Fantasy game that I've noticed. Because, again, I didn't really get into the series until probably when I dabbled with 10 and then 4. But then I really started getting into it with when I got the 10 and 10-2 remaster on PS4. So I want to get 4 back, and I want to try. And I've been on my channel. I'm working on getting through 7.
Best so you can just pick up 4 like on both in either mobile or Steam right now.
Right, but I'm wondering which version is the better version.
The Steam version.
Oh, is it?
If you want the best experience overall with the game being a lot more difficult, you play the Steam version. If you want an actual experience of 4 but the most updated graphics, you play the PSP version.
Okay, so get an emulated version because
And if you want to have a true play the DS for.
Yeah. Well, no, the Steam version does have a hard mode which emulates the DS version.
Oh Jesus.
Yep.
that makes sense. So I'll probably get the Steam version just so my computer library gets a little bigger.
I'd rather not say how big my library is.
But no, I really like the fact that they still recognize even the bad Final Fantasies in their games with this game, but they don't represent that much compared to the ones that are loved. But they're still represented in a way.
Well, the thing is, the only truly not good one was like 2, but even 2 had some decent bits. Mostly just because I'm a big fan of Minwu, and sadly Minwu has no representation in World of Final Fantasy.
Right. And I think the only
There was no two representation at all in Town Maxima.
Yeah,
was that because
Huh?
was that because of the issue that was going on?
Issue? What issue?
I don't know. Maybe like because not many people said anything about 2 until this game came out.
That's not like an issue because we had a PSP version of 2 and the GBA version, and it was also on Final Fantasy Origins on PS1. It's like,
I never played.
Or as it was known in the UK, Final Fantasy and 4
yep.
for some reason.
That is.
Like, I thought you were saying, like, if there was an actual controversy. It was like, not really. It's just the fact of people don't talk about 2 as much as they do the rest of the series.
That makes sense, though, if you think about it.
It's definitely one of the only Final Fantasies to have a really dark storyline. Well, a legitimately, like, people actually dying for real storyline.
Oh, that makes sense. There have
So
been
yeah,
divers-
these book things are a genuine puzzle you can do.
Wait, there's a puzzle to this?
I never know.
This is a puzzle. If you read them in the right order, it activates a secret mirror.
Does it?
I think I haven't actually done it yet in my playthrough, but I'm planning on doing it for the at the point that I am in the game.
Alright. Yeah, I've never seen this secret. There's still a lot of secrets I haven't seen in World of Final Fantasy. But then again, I also did stop playing the game after I unlocked the secret dungeons. But anyways, we'll talk about that next part.
Woohoo!